Hey guys, first regardsman here, and I'll be using an Oculus Bolt Carbine melee damage focused Vanguard build for patch 8.1 of Space Marine 2. Now the Oculus Bolt Carbine is a pretty good gun in this game. It is outclassed by the Bolt Carbine just because of the headshot multiplier at close range for this thing, but this weapon still has a pretty decent headshot multiplier on top of some other benefits like a scope. Now the variant I've chosen here is the magazine capacity and ammo reserve option, mainly because magazine capacity to shoot longer is really useful unlike what are effectively SMGs in this game, and having more ammo on a class like Vanguard is also very valuable because we don't really have any ammo regen perks on this class outside of things like magazine restoration. Now, as far as accuracy goes here, 2+ accuracy doesn't really matter because as long as you scope in at this thing, your accuracy is like pinpoint anyways, so pretty useful for that reason. As far as the perk tree is set up, we do take Great Might first, then I move over here into Retaliation, pretty easy 25% damage boost on a perfect dodge. Then I take Perpetual Penetration, each shot penetrates one additional target. Now this weapon only has a 1 piercing value, so this perk is actually pretty valuable here. And then we go over into Reloading Immunity on top of Extended Magazine down into a free damage pickup on top of Recoupment. Killing a Majora's level or higher enemy with a headshot with this weapon restores 1 armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds. Now armor restore is very valuable in this game, and also the Vanguard has a ton of armor restore with things like Restoration and Launch Restoration, so pretty strong for that reason. Now next thing we take here is just going down to Magazine Restoration for some actual ammo regen. Then I pick up Increased Capacity and just like some flat damage buffs like right here with Able Damage and the Divine Might perk. And as far as the secondary weapon setup goes, I do take the Neo Volkite pistol, mainly because the gunstrike damage on the Vanguard class doesn't matter too much. This thing is also like kind of middle of the road for gunstrike damage in general. It's also pretty good for blowing up things like Spore Mines and the Cultists, and we really don't struggle for CHP regen on the Vanguard class to begin with. Now as far as the perk tree setup goes, I just go down the top tree and also pick up Accelerated Combustion, and you can also just take the Firepower variant or the Ammo Reserve variant. Like, it doesn't make that big of a difference, to be honest. I just prefer this weapon for blowing up spores and stuff like that. Now, as far as the melee weapon goes, I do take the Artificer Block Chainsword because the speed is incredible, and this stacked with the perk Swift Recovery, Heavy Attack, restore 100% more contested health, applies to the following attacks: Quick Punch, Front Kick, Shoulder Bash, Stomp, with our innate perk of a 50% increased contested health regen to our melee attacks. Now, I know this doesn't actually say it's only for your melee attacks, but this only works on your melee attacks, kind of like Transhuman Physiology on the tactical. Bit of like a false description here, that's kind of unfortunate, but that's the way it works. So for our Chainsword, when we combine that with the Swift Recovery, it's a very, very powerful combo. Pretty much never lose your HP, especially if you use like the full throttle skip for a bash. So I pretty much just set it up this way because the speed also lets us take advantage of things like momentum gain and combined onslaught. And for the actual perk tree setup, I do go for something more melee focused here, and I start off with Melee Mastery. Melee damage increases by 10% against Majora's level and higher enemies. This isn't like the strongest perk in this tree. Upper Hand is definitely better to prevent you from getting knocked back, but I want to go for like a full melee damage here. Not exactly the strongest, but pretty damn fun. So I move over here into Conviction next. When your health is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. There is so much armor restore on the actual Vanguard class here. This procs all the time. Really valuable perk and affects both ranged and melee damage. Then I move up here into Retribution. After you are grabbed or knocked back, you deal 30% more melee damage for 20 seconds. You get grabbed and knocked back in this game all the time, and 30% more melee damage is very chunky, and a 20-second uptime is an absolute eternity in this game. So pretty strong there. Definitely not the strongest perk in this tree compared to Consecutive Execution, but we're trying to like maximize melee damage, which I am. This is pretty good. Next perk we take here is Melee Champion. All squad members deal 15% more melee damage. You know, if you're playing in Siege mode, you could take like Inner Fire or Unmatched Zeal. These are both better perks, but I just want to take this one today. Then move over here into Shockwave on top of the classic Zone of Impact Tactical Prowess combo. And I also take the Thrill of the Fight here, which is after a perfect time parry, block, or dodge. You take 20% less health damage for 5 seconds because damage reduction is very, very valuable in this game. As far as our actual prestige perks go, I take Battlefield Awareness. If a target is within 8 meters, you deal 10% more range damage. You know, you're grappling the people all the time and just shooting them in the face, so really valuable for that. Then we go over here to Fortitude. Health increases by 15%. Just makes you tankier overall and stacks with these perks for health damage reduction to be even stronger. Then we take Launch Restoration. Using the Grapnel Launcher restores 1 armor segment. Super, super valuable perk. Also stacks with Tactical Prowess and Zone of Impact to just give you 2 armor back per execute with the Grapnel. Very powerful combo. combo. Then we also take Restoration, killing 7 enemies in rapid succession restores 1 armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds because drip-fed armor in this game is very strong, and having more armor just has great synergies with things like Conviction. That's pretty much all there is for the actual perk setup here. I know some people might like Grim Determination. When Grapnel Launcher is in cooldown, weapon damage increases by 15%. Unfortunately, this perk needs your Grapnel to be in full cooldown, and that means like you have to have 2 uses completely gone, and that kind of sucks. I wish it worked on like, you know, 1 being like active, like you still have a Grapnel up and not have to like completely waste them entirely. It has a pretty negative synergy with things like Zone of Impact and Tactical Prowess, but you know, that's just how it is. And if you really want healing, you could take this perk with Adrenaline Rush if you wanted to not like give up the Tactical Prowess, but Zone of Impact is just so damn strong that I really wouldn't give this up if you don't have to. That's pretty much all there is for this setup, and hope you guys enjoy the build here, and now it's time for some actual gameplay. Thank you for watching. Some unfortunate timing there.
What needs grappling? I love it when bugging deep.
Oh yeah, this spot is kind of disgusting.
Bolt available.
Okay, so I thought they were closer. What needs grappling? Finished and ready. What's up? In there. Oh, where's the combo here? A little close.
Out, magazine in. Rebel just set. Feather up now. The sneaky bastard is down. Into the moor of death. What needs rapid? No coke and no brains.
Okay.
Hostile sacrificing excrement. Cultivated. Into the fray. Arming up.
Ramble.
No more rounds.
Now I missed the perfect dodge. Okay. There we go. Running inner fire, now we're just running melee champion. Okay. Well, certainly a boss fight. I almost got comboed there at one point. So we are completely out of ammo, but we'll have a spawn up there. I'm not too worried about that. If we don't have one here, that is. We'll see. We'll see, chat. Okay.
May the hive mind howl at their defeat. Tunneling freedom. Kill it. My weapon is dry. Not one screaming for help. Silence them.
I'm just gonna move up here.
More numbers on wall. Hold that rat. Disappointing. What needs grappling?
No, I have had back-to-back boss spawns in this spot before, but we'll see. We'll see what the game it gives us this time. Alright, some ammo's nice though.
Ordnance on me. Grapple launcher set. Into the more dead. Bolt available. Hope and no grace. Magazine out. Magazine in. Grapple launcher set. Closing the gap. Finished and ready.
Alright. So no boss spawn there. We have one more on this map, probably. Neurothrops aren't really too bad with an Oculus. We'll see, though. Any tips on playing as a tactical? Only class I keep dying as? I'm using Radiant Impact. That makes it easier. Honk. Tactical is a little squishier than the other classes. Kind of have to play like peekaboo at times.
Grappling. Got the lictor.
I mean, I do quite like the Neo Volkite for, wow, he sent them way up. Ow. So still in the old-fashioned way.
Swapping out magazine.
Now, we are not running consecutive execution this time, so we don't really get grenades back.
Feel your packs, brothers.
But Retribution's fun, so... You do get knocked around all the time in this game.
Finished and ready.
Right, no relic there. Next box we find should be a sim.
Magazine in.
Alright. Vanguard has so much health damage reduction in this game that low HP isn't too bad for him. Now, like, this low HP on Assault is, like, catastrophic. How we doing, boss? We're doing pretty good, Papa Payman. I like the Plasma, though. Plasma's a very strong weapon on the, one of the strongest weapons in the game, actually. Alright. This is kind of spooky.
Source one from any soldier you see, alive or otherwise.
I don't have a no knockback perk this game, so I do have to be a little careful to not get grabbed here. Not get comboed. There's a lot of sword warriors in front of me. There we go. Thank you very much for the Prime sub. Much appreciated. Oh god. I'll read the name in a second. Sorry, unless we're not in a danger. That one's really low, so if I just pump you full of lead, or you know.
All day turning out pockets.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Closing the gap. All day turning out pockets. Book available. Old hope and no brains. A conduit to spend all day turning out pockets.
Yes, Zelamot, thank you very much. Love your content, brother. Oh, that's much appreciated.
Swapping out magazine.
I've been trying to improve it recently, especially this past month or two. Why use a Volkai's secondary weapon? Because I felt like it. I kind of like it for spore mines and such. And like the gun strike damage on this weapon isn't like utterly pathetic. It's closer to like middle of the road.
All these dead Tyranids are forgotten.
There we go. I'm gonna go check for the Guardian Relic here, and then we'll move on.
To get the demolition started. Proceed to the Prometheum refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
Oh, Guardian Relic. Okay, we're probably fine this map then. Stim and Guardian Relic. First part, little rough. That's okay. Smooth sailing now. I'll take these shock nades too. I've been kind of enjoying operations again more than the actual siege mode, just because like the actual game balance is far better in operations. Even solo is just far better. There's so many stun locks, so many like performance issues in siege mode right now that I'm kind of getting a little bored of it at times.
Unclog the walkway. Enough crude Prometheum here to burn for years.
That was something cool there, but it was not ordained. Just misposition that a little bit. That Sword Warrior will one-shot me though if I let him in. No armor. Yeah, you gotta go. Alright. He's enraged, guys. Unfortunate that guy kind of moved away from everybody, but will it peep through their block? I'm not really sure. Oh, it does. Interesting.
One down. Trillions to go. Cadians are running out of time. How close are you to the
I really tested that before, but yeah, Sword Warriors are pretty annoying, so having something that can heat up through their block is not too bad. Pretty useful, even. This is like the only class I actually like the Neo Volkite on. That backhand was personal, it always is with this class. Alright, so we got a Ravener. I mean, if I get grabbed right now, it doesn't matter at all, pretty much, because I'm just gonna get put down to like 20% HP instead of 22% HP or something. God. I'm just gonna leave that there, because that's to come down here later. Alright, let's just get this done with.
Ready and paid.
Is the combat knife really bad compared to the sword? For the build I'm running, yeah, because this sword's significantly faster than the block knife is. So having the option to like not get knocked back in mid combos, a lot easier with this weapon. Because you can actually get off your attack significantly faster. That's pretty important in this game. Speed is kind of king. For the most part.
Run interference to generate a force. Hurry it up, machine.
Alright, we're just gonna go remove that real quick.
Punish the ignorant iconoclasts.
I've never seen that happen before. I actually caught him out.
Now deploy the damn bomb. Follow only the divine protocols.
I'm pretty sure I heard a Biovore. Yeah, there he is.
What need demolition deployment sequence concluded. Now Eris locked under the Omnissiah's launch from Occulus. Captain, it's done. Now let us watch the slot burn. There is an observation platform overlooking the Cryptomedium fields. It will make a good vantage for your ambush.
Alright, probably gonna get another boss spawn up here. I imagine. Four Hellbirds at the same time. No thank you. I love Bulwark for Siege, he is fun. Lictoranko and Nowhere. Yeah, I've never actually seen them get grabbed like that before. Like, so... It's like straight out of their dodge when they go invisible. So apparently once you get the trigger off, it just goes no matter what. Oh, that guy actually launched his forward at me there. I guess I have no HP to gain, so I should use my sim, huh?
Disappointed. Swapping out magazine.
I'm just gonna go and push on up. I don't even care to grab the ammo back here. Now the Vanguard is absolutely amazing at calling hordes with his Chainsword bash. He already gets so much contested HP back that he pretty much can't die in these Formigon hordes or Zangors. I might get a boss spawn here. I would honestly prefer having it here because at the finale kind of sucks sometimes. Or the upper area. But there's no guarantee. You might get none. You might get two. It's up to the game.
Made a mountain of the Xenos bastards. We have arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can. I will fight in the thick of these Xenos as long as you need. I will hold you to that.
Boss keeps spawning as I go out the lift here. He does spawn here quite often. Yeah, block Artificer Chainsword really is just like... I tried out the Relic one again. It's just too slow. Like, getting off these bashes is just too important. Not only for stagger, but also just getting your CHP back. Alright, let me... Alright, no boss here. Armor boost. So we have one more boss spawn left. We'll see if it actually gives it to us, but... There's a buggy perk. Yeah, if Tactical Prowess and Zone of Impact work properly all the time, it would be SSS tier. Unfortunately, it bugs out all the fucking time. Just eats your grapnel. Or doesn't even give you an execute.
Charges set, and the swarm approaches. Dig in. We need that bomb triggered for optimal yield.
I hate having the Carnifex spawn here. Me too.
Keep your heads.
I also hate getting the double zone throw when I own like a Stalker Bolt Rifle or something. Hamana Hamana.
Come. I
Here they
wondered how
come.
I might pass the time.
This gun's pretty good for printing them off the walls, though.
You want to get up here, you bastards? Careful what you wish for. They are here! Clear the deck! The bulk of the swarm is continuing along the predicted path. Continue holding. Arming up.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's still bad. Oh. That's bad now.
Cut through the refinery!
No knockback definitely makes it more rough. For sure.
More fuel! I was worried we might run out. Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up. Running up. Get here. The swarm is almost fully committed. Be ready for my mark.
Not go right. I thought it was gonna go.
Some wood. No one. Fill its brains with bolter fire. Arming up.
We'll do it that way.
Closing the gap. Glad to have that side bossing out of my
You know, having no knockback on these weapons really does kind of blow ass for these whip warriors, because whip guys will actually stagger you with every hit. You don't perfect dodge them. Kind of mean. Probably stagger you more, I should say. No boss spawn here, though. That would be kind of obnoxious. We have a relic, but still would have taken a bit.
Talassa, what in damnation is going on down there? Blow the damn thing already! Biocides down 90% and fallen. Swarm annihilation can follow. Excellent work. Move to extract. Thunderhawk arriving at evac point. Wrap down and ready. I will not die to our own trap.
And that's a wrap, guys. That is the Oculus Bolt Carbine melee meme build. Now, you really only have to change a couple things on this build to make it not so excessively melee damage focused. Like, I probably wouldn't take Retribution if you're trying to go meta or melee champion. It's not that bad. No knockback kind of sucks, though. Probably take the upper hand, for sure. That's that. See what the score was there. That felt like it was a pretty long match. I know we had like a pretty rough Carnifex fight at the beginning, but after that it was pretty easy for the most part, unless we got some stims and a relic.